I wake up and my first thing I think about obviously is basketball.
Hey everybody, this is Bea with The Buzz with B, and I'm with a good family friend, Michael. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Mike Nwabuzor. I'm from Bellflower, California. I play professional basketball overseas in Germany.
At school, when they asked you, like, oh, Michael, what do you want to be when you grow up? Did you always say basketball
Yeah,
player?
my even in my yearbook, in my sixth grade yearbook, it said I looked up to LeBron James and I wanted to be an NBA player or overseas player. So this has been my goal since I was since I figured out what basketball was. You know what I'm saying?
So looking back, like where you were then and now, like what can you share with us, like how that was for you? Like, starting out in high school, then all of a sudden, like, going to Arizona, New Mexico, playing for those teams, and now playing in Germany. Like, how is that? That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's been a journey. It's been a long. I wouldn't change it for anything, honestly. Like everything I've done built me up for right now. But I just kind of stayed focused. Like I always had a long-term goal. Okay, you want to get to college, you want to get to this spot, and then after you get to this spot, you want to get to this spot, which is professional. So I kind of kept that goal in mind and didn't worry about where I was at the time. Because once you get stuck in where you are at the time, then that's when you start thinking too much, and then you get caught up in a lot of stuff. So I kind of kept that long-term goal in my mind and just worked, like put my head down wherever I went, whether it was Arizona, Texas, New Mexico. I just knew my end goal, so nothing could really like stop what I was trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I kept that in mind, and that's where it got me to today.
I know as a basketball player, you have to be really well-rounded.
All right.
Is there a specific like position you play, and which one is like the hardest?
So
Or if
I
that
know I'm
makes
gonna get
sense.
some heat for this, but I'll say the point guard. You gotta be well-rounded to be at the point guard position like that. You gotta be able to do everything: pass, shoot, run the show, handle the ball. Personally, I think that's the most difficult position because you got the most jobs. Other positions, I wouldn't say they have less jobs, but they have one thing that they got to be really, really good at. Whereas point guard, you got to be good at everything. You got to make sure everything on the court is set. But it just comes with time and putting the work in on your shooting and dribbling, watching film, working on all that stuff so it all comes together full circle.
So, we're talking about like practicing. How many hours do you practice?
I'll usually do maybe 2 to 3 workouts a day. Don't get twisted, like I get rest in between. Like I work out, then I go home, eat and sleep. And then I work out again. And some of the workouts aren't full capacity. Like I'll do maybe 2 hard ones and then 1 at night is like light shooting. It's not like I'm doing just 3 hard work, because if you do that, you're gonna tire your body out, and then that's when injuries start to happen. So I space it out. Some days I'll do 2. When I'm feeling really good, I'll do 3. But it's just, a lot of it is just skill work. It's not even like really beating my body up. I'm just working on my skill at this point.
I know you're doing this functional training with kids. Can you explain like what that is?
So,
And what inspired you to do that?
okay, so I'm doing a functional training group with kids with my trainer, Mike Coleman. We started it because a lot of the talent from this area, Bellflower, Lake, Long Beach area, it goes out to, this spreads out. It doesn't stay in the area because there's not really that many of these training programs. My long-term goal is to be able to get a facility that I train in and put it in the Bellflower area where I grew up at, to be able to keep all the talent here. So right now we're just starting the basis, just functional training, like making sure kids know their body at a young age, whereas I didn't know that, like stretching, knowing I have footwork, core stability, flexibility, all that stuff, being able to learn that at the age of 11, 12, 13 years old, where I didn't learn it until college. So I wanted to give it to people in my community early, and then long term, be able to build a facility.
So I know for sure like there are little kids that kind of look up to you, especially in the community. Is like, what advice could you give that person that wants to be a basketball player but is kind of doesn't have that confidence?
So even me coming up, like, I was athletic, but I didn't have like the big name. I didn't have just coaches just all over me and stuff. So I kind of had to like grind. Like I didn't have that type of star treatment. So my advice to all these little kids, always don't worry about the outside noise. Like as long as you putting the work in, somebody gonna find you. But you can't you can't put the work in and then somebody doesn't find you and you stop. You got to continue to put the work in. If you really love the game and you got passion for it, you put the work in and you put everything into it, and then you live with the results. So I just tell them always to keep going. Hard work is never defeated, so as long as you're working hard, you good.
So again, Michael, thank you for sharing your story. Do you have Instagram so my followers and the people that follow the story can follow you? Why are you laughing?
Follow me on IG, Mikey Hoops. That's MIKEYH 3 O's PS. Mikey Hoops.
I'm not saying this because he's fam, but I definitely have faith in him. You should follow him on his journey.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.